Assam, or Kamarupa as it is called from time immemorial, reminds one of its exotic beauty and its unique lifestyle. Mother Nature has blessed this mystic land with natural exuberance. Within its winding lanes, filled with the heady fragrance of fresh tea, abundance of tea gardens being a specialty of this state, this place is truly a nature lover's paradise. This visual is about a race of Assam occupying the ranges called the North Cachar Hills, where Mother Nature has lavished her blessings to spread sparks of serene beauty across the Brahmaputra. Coming to tune with nature and accommodating the various mood at its best ornamented, the land with beauty, particularly flowing, curving and gushing as the Brahmaputra, expressing itself according to its mood, is a community known as the Dimasa. Dimasa, who constitute a section of the bigger Kachari race, is supposed to be as ancient as Brahmaputra itself. The term Dimasa literally means children of a mighty river, where Di means water, Ma means big, and Sa means a sun. Dimasas considered themselves to be the children of the Brahmaputra. In the beliefs of Dimasa, one finds some reference made to Hidimba, the first wife of Bhima, the second of the Pandavas. This reminds one of their close linkage with the greatest epic of India, the Mahabharata. Tracing back their history, we find that they are very much part of the Indian ethos. Though down history, their secluded stay in the North Cachar Hills, shrouded in oblivion from other communities. This documentary is to focus on their beautiful art and also on Dimasas themselves. The Dimasas of North Cachar Hills once ruled in Kamarupa, the ancient Assam, and their royal families claimed its descent from the kings of ancient Kamarupa. With the passage of time, there were gradual shifts in their homeland, and hence it had a tremendous impact on their lifestyle and standard of living. At the beginning of the 13th century, the Thai Ahoms who entered Assam across the eastern frontiers started hostility with the Dimasas. At one time, the Ahoms completely ransacked their capital Dimapur, which is now in present Nagaland. So, they shifted their capital to Maibang in the lap of the secluded North Cachar Hills. But there also they would not reign in peace. The Ahom armies captured Maibang and they were forced to flee to Khaspur in the Barak Valley further south. Today, the Dimasas mainly have confined themselves to Assam's North Cachar Hills and Karbi Anglong district. Ruins of cities associated with Dimasa culture, as well as their historical inscriptions and sculptures in these ancient cities, still exhibit the creative excellence of this great race. This transition from Kamarupa to North Cachar Hills and then seclusion in the peaceful mountain ranges from other communities developed a beautiful and distinct expression of Indian culture in Dimasas. The view of life being the interconnected and interdependent way of life of Dimasa is in tune with nature. So, the art expresses in the lives of Dimasas spontaneously and beautifully. This is Shemkhar, a remote village 60 kilometers away from Maibang. Here, the art of the Dimasas can be seen in its purest form and as a living tradition. The residents of Shemkar have treasured the artifacts inherited from their ancestors in their purest form. Seemingly remote and secluded from the rest of the world, they lead a totally content and blissful life, undisturbed since the last 500 years. They are self-dependent and are capable of living and fulfilling all their wants from Mother Nature itself. Even today, most of the Dimasas try to make every bit of their necessities of life all by themselves. A close look at this convinces us to realize what a marvelous piece of creation it is. Ladies carry water in the kankara, a carrier made out of bamboo. This is lonkai and is usually made out of cane. Artistically, it is slightly intricate than the dikankara. As per Dimasa custom, a boy is selected from his childhood to train him up to be a priest for the purpose of performing rituals and ceremonies. The child wears a ponytail. The Dimasa woman representative of nature mostly wears dresses of bright colors, whereas the men folk use very simple garment. This is Nodrang. It is generally constructed in the central place of the village so that it can be easily approached from all sides. All the unmarried boys above 12 years in a village sleep in the Nodrang. Women are strictly prohibited to enter in it. The primary purpose of the institution of Nodrang is for protection of the village from attacks from outside and also from wild animals, learning of a traditional art and crafts, as also training in gymnasium for the purpose of bodybuilding. Thus, Nodrang should be termed as an informal educational institution of Dimasas, though wrongly it is referred to in English as dormitory. Today, due to modern schooling, the functional aspects of Nodrang have almost lost their significance, and as an institution, it functions only in remote villages. Preparations for building a house are going on. The frame of the house are made out of timber and bamboo walls are mud plastered. They possess thatched roofs. Strong winds that constantly blow in these hills often harm the houses, and for safety protective bamboo walls, usually almost equal to the heights of the top of roofs, are erected all around the houses. He is making mats out of finely cut bamboo sticks. These have to be well positioned, and after hours of strenuous effort, one mat is ready for use. Yam Sabumin, as this colorful mat is called, is nearly 100 years old. Indigenous herbal colors were used to design the motifs in this mat. This is Kaujeb. Kaujeb is used to keep valuable ornaments and precious articles. This is made out of cane. This is Jembai, which is usually made out of cane or bamboo. It is used for carrying small items. Dimasas are in the act of carrying grains to home from their fields. Fully ripened grains are collected and stored in the muri. They are now ready for husking. Dimasas make smoking pipes out of bamboo which they call damako. This community possesses an innate aesthetic sense. This bamboo comb is one of the finest specimens recording an artistic sense. With availability of cheap plastic combs, this traditional comb, which they call kojondima, is not widely used nowadays. Dimasas are very much proud of their traditions and have interesting innovations about the daily necessities of life. They have a unique device to extract oil from sesame seeds, which is called tosibeba. It mostly consists of a long log of wood, which is slit from one end up to the center. Sesame seeds are soaked and then heated. After this, the seeds are put into these bags made out of bamboo, which again is put in the middle of the slit. This bag is called chap. By pulling the slitted end of the wooden log, the bag is pressed using ropes and poles. As a result, oil trickles down. Color and gaiety have always been synonymous with communities of Assam, and the Dimasas are no exception. Dance and music play an important role in their day-to-day life. They have numerous folklore and folk tales. Basically, they have 8 forms of dances. Dances are also performed during the celebration of community festivals or to pay respects to the honored guests. Dance is one of their expressions of joy, happiness, and reverence. Even the preparations for the dance are elaborate, lively, and full of vigor. Turban on the head of the male dancers and wearing of a colorful uniform by the women folk add to the pomp and gaiety of a performance. Every community has a different custom of marriage. In Dimasas, the existence of patriclan and matriclan complicates the process of marriage. Most of the marriages are outcome of mutual understanding among clans. In Dimasas, there are 40 patriclans and about 42 matriclans. Death in the family is the occasion of mourning for family members, and the whole village assembles to express their sorrow for the deceased. They believe in life after death, and hence performing last rites of the deceased is considered essential for happiness of the departed soul. Dimasas cremate the dead after an elaborate bathing and clothing ceremony, as is the custom in most parts of India. After 2 days, a post-funeral ceremony is performed. A typical bamboo structure is erected in the memory of the deceased outside the village at the spot of the cremation, and all necessities of life are put into it as far as practicable for the journey of the departed soul. As in sorrow, in happiness too, the Dimasas express the solidarity of the community by celebrating it together. Bisu is the major festival of the Dimasas, and it is celebrated in two forms, Surem Bisu and Hangsu Bisu. These festivals are celebrated on the occasion of harvesting. Surem Bisu is celebrated for 3 to 5 days, whereas Hangsu Bisu is celebrated for 7 to 8 days. The whole village celebrates Surem Bisu together. The celebration includes sacrifices of animals to appease the gods. Hangsu Bisu is arranged in any one house. People prepare different delicacies and dine together. After this, all are engrossed in dance and music for the whole night. It is a festival of young people, as both boys and girls dance together. Also, the traditional games are played during Bisu. Collective celebration of festivals by the Dimasas is a natural expression of oneness and interconnectedness of the community, which is the basic principle of Indian culture. The dance and music for Dimasas are not just for performance on stage, but it is an indivisible part of their festivals, nay, even life. The music of the Dimasas is a class by itself. They invariably use musical instruments like kram-muri, kram-dubung and sufin. He is playing sufin and the lady is playing kram-dubung. Muri is a blowing instrument generally made out of a special type of timber with the mouthpiece made out of straw. It produces a subdued but sonorous note. Seems dance and music are the expressions of their soul. A visit to Dimasa hamlets fills one with the contentment and joy that comes from the art which is in tune with nature. One comes back with the memories of hospitality and simplicity of Dimasas, their haunting tunes, extravagance of colors and rhythm of their dances, and of course, delicacy and intricacy of their artifacts.